Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another StarCraft 2 broadcast. My name is Anaris, and today we're here watching a 1 versus 1 from the best of 3 match series between imbaLoWeLy spawning as the yellow, see, got it right that time, I think, Zerg up in the 12 o'clock position against his purple Terran opponent, the little one, Liquid'TLO, spawning down here way in the bottom of the map. Speaking of the map, we are going to be watching this first match take place on GSL Terminus, one of the rather interesting maps to watch, and I will actually get to that in just a second. Look at that nice little SCV micro right there by the little one, trying to make sure these guys are working as efficiently as possible. Now, this is a best of 3 match series from the ESL Daily Motion Group Stage Group A. So it's going to be a pretty exciting match series. I do hope I have actually a number of the little one replays coming at you today. I think it could be up to 6. It's 2 best of 3s. So is it going to be 6? Is it going to be 4? I don't know, man. You'll just have to stick around and find out. Now, a little tiny bit of information about these guys. We already know that the little one is a very, very creative player. We've seen him play outside of the box on numerous occasions, kind of going against the established norms. Very exciting player to watch. I know that he is actually one of Husky Starcraft's favorite players to cast, so I am very excited to be bringing this game to you guys. Now, imbaLoWeLy, on the other hand, I haven't actually watched too much about him. I don't have a lot of biographical data or anything like that, but I do know that he is currently ranked number 20 in the Grandmasters on the European server. The little one right now is currently sitting at number 33. So that means what we have here is the potential for a wonderful game here. Now, let's actually look at the players a little bit. imbaLoWeLy going ahead with that expansion first. You can see he's not going for the pool. That's kind of a safe thing on this map, considering the positions. Of course, neither player really knows where each other is at yet. Of course, the Zerg player, imbaLoWeLy, is already aware of the fact that Terran is not spawning over in the 9, but you see the distance between the 2 bases is actually pretty darn long. And there we go with imbaLoWeLy. He knows where the Terran opponent is now, having scouted up here. Alright, nothing there, gotta be down here at the 6. Terran, of course, running around the map too. We're looking at the little one opening up here with the 2 racks, possibly fast expand build. This is great for early pressure against the Zerg player who decides to fast expand. This can be fantastic and punishing them for doing exactly that. Will these Marines actually be able to get the scout? Oh, nice save there by loWeLy, keeping an eye on that guy, pulling him out at the last second. Very nicely handled. Now, over here, we can see imbaLoWeLy already has the hatchery down, getting the queen out, and he's got plenty of creep area here to drop some spine crawlers should, like a bunker push happen or anything like that. But I think at this point it would be really difficult to pull off because, like I just said, he's already got the hatchery up. You see, he's already got the pool. There's the scout right there, so the little one knows what's going on. He may decide to come up and put a little bit of pressure, but I don't think it's going to be with stationary defenses. I think mobility is going to be key at this point, as we see right now 2 spine crawlers, 1 right here, so this is kind of watching over the entrance, and this one is watching to make sure that Marines aren't going to run around and get behind the mineral line. Now we're seeing right here TLO with some nice micro controlling those Marines very well, popping off 2 Zerglings. It looks like they're both queens coming out of the line. They're actually going to be coming off the creep there for just a second, taking some pretty heavy damage. Spinecrawler will be popping in just a moment, though. There goes 1 Marine for the little one. 2 queens should be safe, though. You see both spine crawlers have pops, so it'd be pretty difficult for the little one to come in there with just these 6 Marines right now. Now, look down here at the little one's base. You can see while this is going on, he's going ahead with his natural expansion. Also sending another SCV to take his 3rd. So this is going to be a pretty exciting time for the little one. He is going to be basically 1 base up on the Zerg, which is really not the position that I'm sure imba wants to be in right now. But you look at this, you got a whole bunch of Marines down here. Really, the Zerg is just not even going to be able to come down there and consider expanding, at least for the next couple minutes or so. Again, the Marines down there taking out that set of destructible debris. Now, let's actually look at the map for just a brief second here. We can see, okay, here's the main, you got 2 gas, blah, 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 you already know that stuff. Coming down here is the natural, which you see has the main choke point for both the natural and the main TLO, however, making my next point right here, there is a rear entrance to the third base, which you can see is on lower terrain, so the Zerg player should be able to actually spot this without too much trouble. TLO coming in here, popping off a few drones right off the bat, man. We can already see this is going to have an effect on the economy. Nice, very nice, taking out the spine crawler here, and this will actually give him the ability to take out probably both of these queens. Oh man, so very close, but able to get out at the very last second. Nice save by imbaLoWeLy there. You see he's quick on the withdrawal with the drones. Alright, good stuff there. Now he should be able to maybe take out these Marines. I don't know, he's going in trying to get the surround there. He is suffering some pretty heavy losses with the Zerglings, but you see he's just got way too many of them for the little one to handle. Now, the little one is pulling them back, realizing there's not a lot he could do at this point with those units. You know, he can really only do so much with the harassment at that point in the game where the Zerg already has some stuff established like that. So you see he's probably going to wall off here, maybe throw down another barracks or a bunker. You know, he's got to be expecting the Zerglings at least at some point. There we go. There's the Zerglings coming in right there. There's the little one with the SCV. Probably going to wall that off, it looks like maybe. No, he's going to throw the bunker way up there. The Zerglings are going to get the run by and get us around on the Marines. Look at how much damage they're taking. A lot of these Marines, if not all of them, will go down. Yes, oh man. You see he's having to bring off all those SCVs. That's really going to hurt the mineral income for the little one there. You can actually see how that dipped down a decent bit. He's already way down, all 10 SCVs beneath a Zerg opponent. You can see that gap is now widened to 11. So certainly a not very desirable position to be in. But at this point, you see imba only has enough Zerglings to scout around. He's not going to really try to do any sort of effective harassment. He kind of threw him away there at the last second once he realized he had scouted everything, trying to take out one of those SCVs. So very nicely handled by imbaLoWeLy, getting past that opportunity right there. You saw there was just nothing walling him off. He tried to put the bunker up here. Zerglings just whipped by. Very impressive indeed. Alright, imbaLoWeLy up here, you see he already has the Baneling Nest, Evolution Chamber, Infestation Pit, all very, very nice things to have to be expected here. I mean, considering his economy right now, there's the little one scouting, of course he knows that third base is going up. But you see the little one's already got kind of an advantage in that regard. He's got 3 bases, sitting pretty good, almost 2,000 minerals per minute. You can see he's down a little bit in the harvesters. Most of those actually are going on the minerals, though. You can see, despite the 5 difference, Zerg is actually running on 2 additional geysers right now. Now, that's let's see. We got the 4th hatchery going down. Good stuff there. Pretty expected timing on that. Going down around the same time as the 3rd base there. Alright, doing a pretty good job spread the creep. So far, I'm pretty impressed with this guy. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the game, I haven't really watched a whole lot of this guy. So, kind of taking this game as a first impression here. And so far, I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to seeing more from imbaLoWeLy. The little one down here, always just being the little one, being the cool guy that he is, pumping out a whole ton of Marines right now. He might be going for the Marine siege tank play, push up, you know, staggered tank formation, keep those Marines spread out, etc. That's probably what we're going to be seeing here. We got the factory going down. Good stuff overall. Of course, siege tech being researched, weapons 1. You can see the whole line of stuff. Also got the armory. So both players are actually just macroing up pretty heavily right now. You know, Terran, he's got this place walled off, and let's actually look at this for a second. You could see that by covering this position, it does allow him to effectively secure his main and his natural, like I spoke earlier about the Zerg base. Same thing. Now, one thing the Terran player could do, he could actually come up here to this position and effectively wall off for this and this, which would give him this entire area all down here, all to himself. And the only way in would be air, unless, of course, the Zerg player directly confronted this potential defense area. So, overall, you know, I think the game is just going to progress nicely here. We do have Zerglings, a couple Banelings hanging out. May decide to come in here. You saw there was the scout from the Zerg player trying to see the unit composition of the little one. Very nicely handled there, keeping plenty of Marines up front. Good stuff all around. So yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of building up to the tech that these players want, scouting, looking for any potential expansions that they can either deny or take for themselves in relative safety. You know, I mean, at this point, the Terran player, he doesn't have a lot of expansion options without letting the Zerg player knowing where he's at right now. You see Zerg is patrolling both of those areas and also has a nice little contention of Banelings and Zerglings right here, which are being promptly dismissed from their position. as we see the little one deciding to move out. The Marines are 1-1, looking good there. Do have the vehicle weapons 1 upgrade coming, but look at the Zerglings and the Infestors, man. Oh, man, that is asking for a fungal growth, and there it is. Complete surround by the birds. Oh, my God. So many Marines just died. I can't even say it. Oh, man, that was very nicely handled by imbaLoWeLy. Just completely shut down the little one there. Wow. I gotta say, man, that was quite impressive. All right, so we see right now he's got 1 armor upgrade. Good stuff there, looking good. All right. Liquid the little one coming down. You see he's got his Marines nice and spread out. Now, he does have a Thor, and this to me is... I'm certainly not going to question it, but one thing I'm just going to point out, and he's probably thought of this too. The Zerg player already has a lot of Infestors and Zerglings right now. Now, the Thor, obviously extremely weak against both of those. Number 1, mind control. Alright, so we've got that. Number 2, Zerglings obviously can get a very easy surround on those Thors. So he's going to have to carefully guard those. He's probably expecting, Mutos. I'm sure at some point, let's see, has he actually, we see the Ultralisk Cavern, has he scouted it? So let's see, where is that Ultralisk Cavern? Somewhere. Greater Spire coming, very nice. Somewhere over the... okay, there we go. So now we spotted it, and we can see he hasn't seen it yet, but there's the mind control on the Thor right there. You can see one of the Thors just going down immediately. Second one, still mind controlled, and all the siege tanks are now mind controlled as well, killing their own units. Oh man, this is just going so well for the Zerg player. You see right there, still holding on to this Thor, and there's a fungal growth on the SCVs. Again, very nice display of unit control by imbaLoWeLy. This expansion is going to have a pretty difficult time maintaining itself. I'll tell you what, he is getting the Planetary Fortress, which I think will help a ton. And what are you Overlords doing, you rascals? Alright, there we go. We see an attempt at mineral line harassment by the little one. Very quick reaction by the Zerg player there. Good stuff. Alright. Now, anyways, yeah, you see loWeLy is doing a fantastic job keeping the Terran player contained with his Overlords. You see, he's just... And I realize that sounds silly at first, but nothing is really going to get past the Zerg player now. You see, he's got Overlords all around the Terran player. So no drops are going to come out of here without being without really being found out. He's got plenty of coverage up here. Have to say, very impressed with that so far. The little one is doing his best to come in here and try to contain the Zerg, whose creep is actually coming up on his front doorstep. Zerglings coming in, getting the surround on the Marines, forcing the siege tanks to actually take out one of the Marines there with the splash damage. Very nicely handled. Now, looking down here at the little one's base, we can see, alright, he's working on the medevacs. Good thing to have there. Got plenty of siege tank coverage. You can see nice and staggered. He is getting several bunkers, which I think is a great... What is going on here? Not only is it a great decision, we've also got a potential drop coming over here. And meanwhile, in the middle of the map, Broodlords and a whole slew of Zerg units just heading directly into the main. Oh, man. There we go, trying to come up with the Infestors. We'll keep an eye on this dropship. We see a couple Marines are actually escorting this one around. Oh, man, loWeLy, realizing something is up. Coming over here, going to try to maybe pull off killing these forces. Oh, but it looks like those Marines were just a distraction. Drop coming into loWeLy's expansion, taking out several drones. Wow, look at this. We can actually look at the workers killed right now and see 10-6. And there goes the dropship again. One poor Broodlord is just going to get trashed right here, folks. See, where did that drop go? Where did that go? There it is. All right. This looks like it's actually going to drop and start attacking the Ultralisk Cavern. There's the Zerg response. That's pretty much to be expected at this point. Why is it lagging? That's very odd. Uh-oh. Infested Terran's fungal growth. This dropship, man, it's going to be going down. Nice distraction by the little one, though. You see, he drew a lot of those forces away, came down here, and took out this expansion. Going to be taking down the Zerg's economy. Look at the Zerg response, though, folks. That is going to be a complete surround of the Zerglings just annihilating the Terran army. Once again, this one Ultralisk, Ozilgorf, leading the Pac-Man. He is just telling these guys where to go, what to do, and how to have a good time in New York City on a Friday night. Wow, here comes Zerg continuing its onslaught of the Terran player. The little one as he is just not able to do anything to stop this. You see he's done a great job keeping the forces staggered, even a mind control on the siege tank to take out the SCVs. Lowly pushing forward again with the Zerglings and the Banelings making it in there, bust up the bunker. Sure enough, there we go. And as he continues on, TLO doesn't have anything that he can do with this. You can see he's trying to repair that bunker in a last-ditch effort to keep the Zerg player from getting past this wall. There's nothing between Lowly and, you know, the Little One siege tanks here, and I think that could be it. I'm not too sure. Yep, sure enough, there's the GG, man, as that one poor Viking is just looking down there wishing to God he could just carpet bomb the hell out of everything beneath him. Alright, so that's going to be an exciting game number 1, folks. I hope that game number 2 and number 3 are equally as awesome. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to try to have all of these games up ASAP. And there's a soy sauce packet in my wallet.